Greetings everyone, it's time for the October news. Thrown this one together because we've been in America for most of September and only got a little bit of time to get this together before it goes out. So hopefully I haven't missed any dates, but we will see. I have a whole load of dates for October, so bear with me, and as always over here there will be a flyer for the ones that we have them for. Later there's a couple we don't, but we'll explain some dates and some bits and pieces. So freeze here or pause if you want to read any of the details for specific fairs, as we need to go through them. Just press that little pause button and you'll be able to read whatever's here. Right, we'll start immediately with the 4th of October, which is the Long Melford Book Fair. We have been to this and we have vlogged from the book fair, so hopefully I'll try and get Joe to put a link in the bottom to show you that although it's a book fair, there are a lot of postcards there as well. The next one for that is the 22nd of November, so 4th of October, and that's obviously quite close. Following day on the 5th of October, you've got the New Leeds Postcard Fair. Flyer details here. I believe this is a new one as well, so one that might be worth giving a try if you've been in that area and complained about there not being a lot of postcard fairs. Try this New Leeds one. On the 11th, you've got a choice of two. You can go to the Canterbury Postcard and Collectors Fair, details here, or you can go to the West London Postcard Fair, details here. For the Canterbury Postcard Fair, there's another one on the 13th of December if you missed this one. On the 12th of October, you've got the Wirral Postcard and Local History Fair. I know I say it every time, but I do love the idea of postcards and local history being mixed together. Details obviously at the side here. And also on that date is the Surrey Vintage Card Fair. Now this is a cigarette and trade card fair. Now I have done one of these before. This is the flyer, it's got all the details on there. There's a lot of crossover with collectors between cards, whether it be tea cards or whether it be postcards or whether it be trade cards, collectible cards. Cigarette and trade cards, always worth having a look at. This fair here is one that I've not been to, but I'm looking to try and attend next year just to see what it's like, so maybe worth giving that one a shot. On the 14th there's the Nottingham AMP Fairs fair, which I'll tell you more about in a minute, bear with me. On the 18th, you've got the Exeter Postcard Fair, and there's another one on the 13th of December. Also on the 18th you've got the Maidstone Postcard Club Paper and Collectables Fair. This one I may actually attend this one. I quite like the idea of this, and I've given displays at the Maidstone Postcard Club, and I've got a few friends in the club. So 18th Maidstone Postcard Club, details here. What I won't be able to go to, unfortunately, although I would very much like to, is on the 18th and the 19th is the 47th Wichita Postcard Show in the United States. There's a postcard advertising this event. It's here. This is by the well-known postcard artist, in fact well-known artist, Rick Geary. And I believe for one day of the fair, Rick is actually in attendance, and that's not unusual. So if you're anywhere near there and you want to double check, make sure which day it is. I don't know which one it is, but make sure it's the day that Rick's attending, and then you'll be able to see him. So in the future, I would love to go to a Wichita Postcard Show, so we'll have a look at that. Then between the 22nd and the 25th, you have the Stampex International Show at the Business Design Centre in Islington, London. Now, I've been going to this for decades, and although it's a stamp exhibition, I've always managed to obtain a lot of postcards, a lot of postal history themed postcards, but a lot of postcards. It's free entry every day. And this year there is a return of the free postcard for everyone who's attending. And there was a competition for designs, and a winner was picked, and that's the one that will be given out free. I will be attending Stampex and will be doing a vlog from there, and I will show you the postcard that hopefully I get. On the last day of Stampex, the 25th, there are also two other postcards you can go to. There's the ever popular and getting better and better, the Shoreham Postcard and Ephemera Fair, which also has stamps, coins and militaria, as per the advert on the flyer. I love the Shoreham Fair, and it is coincided with so many things this year that I've not been able to get to go, and I've missed out. But I'm going to definitely try and get to one before the end of the year. Also on the 25th is the South Wales Postcard Club at Cardiff. Now, there's no flyer for this, but I have printed off the details, which will show here. Location, bits and pieces, so give that one a look. And on the 29th, there's an A&P fair at Birmingham, but again, just bear with me. All of the A&P fairs are on one flyer, so I group them together. So here is the flyer for the A&P fairs. There is a fair on the 1st of October, but we don't know if this will be out. Well, it's going to cut very close, so fingers crossed. At Cirencester, 1st of October. Also later on the 5th of November and on the 3rd of December. Then you've got Powick. I assume I'm saying that right. Please do let me know if I'm not. Powick. There's a fair on the 6th of December. These are all of the fairs for A&P for the rest of the year. Newcastle under Lyme on the 2nd of November. Northampton on the 15th of November. Birmingham, 29th of October. So October this particular month. And the 26th of November are the two that are left at Birmingham. There's only one at Gloucester now, and that's the 29th of December. And then you've got the Nottingham one. This is not the Reflections of a Bygone Age. This is the A&P Nottingham Fair. And they've got one on the 14th of October, and then one on the 16th of December. Now, that gets me through all of the dates for the October fairs, and there's quite a few in there. Want to do a few future dates. This is in two blocks, so bear with me. This is a handful of ones that I have flyers and information for. The 1st of November is the Nottingham Postcard and Collectors Fair. This is the Reflections of a Bygone Age one. This is one of my favourite fairs in the country, and we are going to be attending this one. The flyer and all the details are here. On the 8th of November, it's the Margate Collectors Fair. On the 22nd of November, you have the Durham Postcard and Cigarette Card and Stamp Fair. So they've pretty much thrown everything into there, but that's not unusual now. Quite a few of these fairs are more collectible fairs, combining stamps, trade cards, postcards, ephemera, and that's not a bad thing. I think that's a way of getting the fairs running, get more people to them, and I think that's a good idea. Now, this is a flyer for the Surrey Postcard Fair, but it says the 23rd of November. I've shown this one a couple of times before. Ignore it, cross it out, remove it. It's what Joe is about to do, and else you'll put another one in there that actually confirms that it's the 22nd of November. So, correct date, 22nd of November, correct flyer. Don't know what's happened there. I don't know whether an incorrect flyer went out by mistake or whether somehow I've picked up one from the past. I'm not sure. Correct date. Change it in your diaries if you put it in there. It's the 22nd of November, Saturday. Surrey Postcard Club, Postcard Fair. And then a little bit later on the 20th of December, you've got the Weedon Stamp and Postcard Fair. So, flyer here. they're the flyer ones. Now, I'm trying to get as many postcard fair details and information as I can to put these out to you in these monthly news vlogs. The other source for dates is the Reflections of a Bygone Age magazine, Picture Postcard Magic, which you can get in proper paper form as an actual magazine, or you can access online via their website. If you go to their website, they're free access, and you can turn the pages on there and go through. They do a listing of upcoming fairs. I have copied from them. This is the October section from the October-November issue. And as you can see, there's a fair on the 4th at Southampton, a fair on the 11th at Teddington, and that's at the Baptist Church. There's another fair on the 11th at Telford at the Belmont Community Hall. Then on the 12th at Fulton Hugh, and that's the Village Hall. On the 13th at Guildford, and that's Onslow Village Hall. 18th, Caldecott, the Magger and Undy Community Hall. The spelling's there, if I've got the pronunciation of that wrong. On the 25th, there are two, one at Eastbourne at St Mary's Church Hall, and one at Kidlington at the Methodist Church Hall. On the 26th, there's another two, one at Bedale, and that's at Bedale Hall, one at Newhaven at the Denton Social Centre. Then on the 29th, you've got Edgbaston, and that's the Walker War Memorial Hall. Edgbaston? Edgbaston's probably a better pronunciation for that. And on the 30th, you have Ripley, at which is in Surrey, and that's at the Scout Hut. These are as shown. That's all the information I have as it's here from the Reflections Picture Postcard Magic. I've picked out a few from November as well. Here's the November section from the same magazine. And you've got the 8th at Kinross Church Centre. On the 9th at Havant, the Pallant Centre. On the 15th, you've got Sittingbourne at Carmel Hall. On the 22nd, there are two, one at Leatherhead at East Horsley Village Hall, and one at Kidlington Methodist Church Hall, as there was in the October listing. And you've got Edgbaston again on the 26th of November at the Walker War Memorial Hall, and then you've got Ripley again as with October. This is the 27th of November, and again that's in Surrey at the Scout Hut. Please pause for any of the information you've got there. You've got everything that I have at the moment. It's there. By all means, look it up and you'll get more details, and that will enable you to add those to your attendance if you are in those areas. And I recommend supporting your local or nearest postcard fair as much as possible, because it's our attendance that keeps these fairs going, and we need to keep this going to boost our hobby. So a wide range of fairs there from various parts of the country. What I really need now is for people to send me a scan of flyers for any fairs that are coming up in 2026. The more I have, the merrier. The more I'll be able to show you. I do get information myself, but if you're running a fair, or if you attend a fair and they have a flyer, pick it up for me and send me in the comments here, if you wish, below, an image of that flyer, and then we can use it and we can publicise those fairs and get people to attend. This is starting to work. People are watching these news, and people are going through to find the fairs that they want and are pausing it and taking those details. So please do use me. This is free, doesn't cost anything. Send me the details. I'm going to produce these every month. I will get the details out there. Let's get more people to our postcard fairs. So you help me, I'll help the fairs, and we'll keep this hobby moving. Okay, moving on. Each month I tell you about the new PHQ cards that I have received since the last news. The first set is PHQ card set 551. 551 card sets. That's quite an ongoing series if you, like me, have a complete set of these. This is a set that is just titled Ducks. The cards will appear down the side here. There'll be two, one on top of the other. There are 10 cards in this set, and there were 5 second class stamps and 5 first class stamps. The second class stamps are Gossinder, Indian Runner. I love the Gossinder. I've actually seen these in the wild, so I quite like this image from this one. And then you've got a Mallard Duckling, which is quite a nice card, and a Mandarin. Now, the Mandarin are of pretty much an imported species of duck. They're wild now. You do come across them, but they were a duck that was brought in as a fancy duck from abroad, and eventually escaped, and now you can find them in the wild. The next two here are the cow and the Aylesbury. Second class obviously for the cow, and first class for the Aylesbury. And then you've got Pintail and the Silver Appleyard. I have seen pintails in the wild. Very common actually in America, so I've seen them over there as well. And then the last two, which is the Shelduck and the Eider. I've never seen an Eider in the UK. I have seen them on the Isle of Jersey. I did see those many years ago. The Shelduck is local to me. I sometimes even see them off of the coast here where I live. So I love this set. I love a photographic set, which a lot of animal ones are. I like this. 10 cards. They're reasonably priced and they are nice. Far more popular though, as a theme within postcards generally, is railways. And PHQ card set 552 is a railway based set. And again, I will show you all of these down the side here in twos. This one's a little bit different. I have mentioned before that I think the long stamps, they take up less space on the card and they're not perhaps as dynamic as the smaller but more square shaped stamps, which fill out the card better. But this set is a very popular subject. This set actually celebrates the 200th anniversary of the opening of the Stockton and Darlington Railway, which was really the first railway designed to be run by steam, a proper railway system. The stamps that you have depict a number of ones. You've got locomotion number 1 at the top, and underneath that you've got the Rocket, which must be possibly the most famous historic train in the history of steam locomotion. It's a particularly nice stamp as well. It's in the bottom here. I have a friend of mine who actually collects postcards of the Rocket, and I reckon he'll be after this one. He's a fellow stamp collector. Then you've got the City of Truro and the Mallard. The Mallard is another well-known famous steam train, and I've actually travelled on a very similar, the Nigel Greasley, which is the same make of train. We actually travelled on that when we were on the North Yorkshire Moors Railway, so I do like this style of train. And the Mallard has appeared on many cards before. Then you've got the Duchess of Hamilton, the Evening Star. So that's 6 cards which form the set of single cards that came out. But this is one of those sets that comes with a miniature sheet with 4 stamps which show different aspects of the history of the Stockton and Darlington Company. You've got the opening of the S&DR 1825. You've got locomotion number 1 at Darlington circa 1890. That's nice. That's like a colourised photograph. It's at the bottom there. I do like that one. And then you've got one for the centenary of the S&DR 1925. That's a historic photograph again. That one has been hand coloured. One that I particularly like, which is the replica of the locomotion number 1, which is a photograph taken in 1975, and that's there at the bottom. That's the 4 stamps, and obviously you have the sheet itself, which appears on a single card. Again, it's up here. We'll show it singularly. As with the stamps, with the sheets, they fill out a smaller part of the card. I'm not so enamoured of that, but I understand that that's how they do it. And you do have the bigger cards, the bigger individual images of the single stamps that appear within the sheet there. That's the 2 that I currently have. I will keep it going. I think there's probably another 3 more before the end of the year, possibly 4. I haven't counted, haven't kept an eye on that, but we'll see. But I love these cards. They're cheap. If it's a theme, if it's a set of stamps that's on a thematic or a theme that you particularly collect, they are really worth hunting down and easy to buy. You can buy them from the Royal Mail online and get them shipped to your address without any problems. I love all of them, so I have a standing order, and I get the cards just sent to me as they come out. Go to the Royal Mail online site, shop, and all the information is there. And there's normally 2 or 3 back issues that are still available, so you can buy ones over a period of time. It's not necessary you have to buy them straight away that month. You may be able to pick them up for another month. I did say at the start of this that we were a bit of a rush to get this one done because we've been in America. Whilst I was in America, or just before I left, I found out about a McDonald's Happy Meal promotion that was going on. It's an adult one, so it's an adult Happy Meal. And with those particular Happy Meals, they were giving these little boxes, and in each box there's a tin, and in each tin there's a selection of bits and pieces, stickers and postcards. I hunted around my little area of Florida where I was staying, and I did manage to get a few boxes. The only setback for me was every box contained the same tin. Despite me making some inquiries and asking, they are individually numbered on the bottom, and this particular one that I got is B36. There weren't any others available, so I ended up with a few of this particular tin, which is the birdie tin. They all have characters from past advertising for McDonald's. The Grimace, Ronald McDonald, the Hamburglar. I'd have loved the Hamburglar one, and the Ronald McDonald one, to be honest. But I've got the birdie one. I did actually like the fact that I managed to be able to buy one from a McDonald's in America at the time that these were coming out, and that's what I really wanted to do. So there's the tin, and in the tin you get a number of stickers. They're not anything fantastic. You've got a little pilot's license for Birdie, her suitcase, got breakfast with Birdie. That's a little sticker that you get with that one. You get a McDonald Land passport for Birdie, and there's a little Birdie's my bestie sticker. And you also get a McDonald Land card, which has a unique number on the back and the date 2025, and one of those data matrix block codes, which allows you to scan it, and then you can get extra stuff online. So I'm not going to show you this one because I might want to give that a go myself, but they're all the little bits and pieces that come inside. Each of the 6 tins has 2 postcards, one which is the same across all 6 tins, which is this nice one, which is a card. We'll put it up here. It's a Welcome to McDonald Land one, and you've got all your characters there. The Grimace, Birdie, Ronald McDonald, Hamburglar, probably my favourite. So this is the card that you get in every tin, and then every tin has its own unique postcard related to, in some cases, the character that's on the front of the tin. This is the Birdie one. Again, we will stick that up here. Wake up at the Birdie house, and you could, I suppose, if you really wanted to, stick some stickers on the front of it. It'd be a bit of a shame, but it is a proper postcard. Again, we'll put that up the top there. And this one has a fake sort of slogan cancellation up there that says McDonald Land Birdie Mail, and it's got your golden arches in white with 2025 to show that it is from this year, and there's a little message bit on there. So that was a tin that I managed to pick up, or a little stack of that tin. What I found fascinating was you didn't necessarily have to pay for a full meal, which was quite expensive. It was either a cheeseburger meal or it was a chicken nuggets meal to get the whole lot. You didn't have to do that. You could buy the tins separately, and if you went onto the screen where you added it on, it was down there as a McDonald Land adult Happy Meal tin. But there were different prices depending on where you went. I bought a couple at $2 each. Quite happy to pay $2 for these. That's worked out as about £1.60, I would think, £1.65, something like that, for 2 postcards, stickers, and a nice little tin. I was quite happy. But I went to another place and they were $3.49 each. So it did depend on where you go. There were different prices, and I've heard of even more expensive full meals. I think you could buy meals in Florida for around about $11 to $12, and I've heard that in some bigger cities they've been up to $20 to $25. So it's interesting that the prices changed across America for these. I have managed to source via eBay, although I haven't received it yet, what I think is a full set. When that happens, I will do an individual vlog on all of the tins and the stuff that's inside those. So I'm waiting for that to arrive. Bear with me, keep an eye out, and if you're interested in collecting McDonald's advertising, McDonald's postcards, or modern advertising postcards, we have that coming up in the future should they arrive. So fingers crossed, but we'll certainly, I'm hoping to get a full set of these because I think it's a great product, and I collect McDonald's postcards anyway. A last little roundup at the end, like I always do. Bone Cancer Research Trust, details are here. I always do this. It's a worthy cause. Any postcards that you can donate to Steve and Tom will help raise money for this charity. Steve recently put an amount on that he raised, which was over £700 at Woking, so that was superb. Anything you can do, please do contact them. They'll take any cards. I myself took a box of my spare cards up when we went to the Bury St Edmunds fair, and there's a vlog of us attending that fair, and you can see that I've donated a load of cards to the charity myself. So a good cause. Any postcards you've got that you don't want, this is where it would be an ideal way of getting rid of them. And lastly, Rob Roy albums, my source for albums, sleeves, and anything to do with storage of your postcards. I will be contacting them myself fairly soon because I have run out of plastic sleeves. So I shall be buying a couple of thousand of those to put my next lot of postcards into. So I use them. By all means, if you have your sources and you know where you get them from, I'm not saying that you have to buy them, please. I'm just saying that this is a company that I know are fairly priced, are very good. I know the people involved, and I would recommend them if you are looking for somewhere to buy storage equipment for your collection. All the details are in their flyer. Oh, that's the end of the October one. Took a little while for me to prepare this. There was a lot of dates there, and a lot of bits and pieces, and 2 sets of PHQ cards. Just my luck that the 2 turned up at this particular time. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope some of these dates are useful to you. Please leave details, comments, telling us whether or not you like this, whether you think this will work. If you've got any flyers or details of future postcard fairs, I would love to receive these, and I would love to get any feedback. And as with all these things, if you can like, share and subscribe to our little site, that would be greatly appreciated. Anything that helps us to get postcards out there into the world. This is a service that postcards aren't really covered by very well. Not as in a modern collecting thing. There's lots and lots of sites for people explaining to you how to sell cards and how they sell cards, but this one is about the collecting of cards. This is about us, the people that are on the picking them up end, not at the selling them end. So I'd love to hear from you. Please do leave me a message, and as always, we'll see you at the next one, or maybe I'll see you at one of these fairs. Goodbye.